In the heart of a dense forest, where shadows danced eerily with the whispering winds, there existed a village shrouded in mystery and fear. It was a place where tales of ancient sorcery mingled with the chilling howls of wolves that prowled the surrounding woods. Legends whispered of a curse that haunted the land, a curse that turned men into beasts under the light of the full moon. At the center of this ominous tale stood a man named Gabriel, once a humble villager known for his kindness and gentle nature. But fate, cruel and unforgiving, had cast its shadow upon him when he crossed paths with a sorcerer whose dark powers knew no bounds. The sorcerer, envious of Gabriel's purity and righteousness, sought to corrupt his soul and bend him to his will. With incantations muttered beneath the pale glow of the moon, he cursed Gabriel to roam the night as a creature neither man nor beast, a werewolf. Yet, unlike the mindless beasts of folklore, Gabriel retained his human consciousness, cursed to witness the horrors he wrought upon the world. The sorcerer had intended for Gabriel to be a pawn in his dark schemes, a tool to sow chaos and fear among the villagers. But the sorcerer had underestimated the strength of Gabriel's spirit, for even as the beast within him yearned for blood and destruction, a flicker of humanity remained. It was a torment unlike any other, to be trapped in a body not his own, to feel the primal urges clawing at his sanity with each passing night. As the moon rose high in the sky, casting its ethereal glow upon the forest, Gabriel's transformation would begin. His bones would contort, his muscles would bulge, and a primal hunger would consume his thoughts. With a howl that echoed through the trees, he would prowl the night, a predator in search of prey. The villagers lived in terror of the creature that lurked in the shadows, their whispers filled with dread as they recounted tales of livestock slaughtered and disappearances in the dead of night. Some whispered of curses and dark magic, while others spoke of a vengeful spirit haunting the woods. But amidst the fear and uncertainty, there were those who refused to give in to despair. A small group of brave souls, led by a determined young woman named Elena, vowed to uncover the truth behind the curse that plagued their village. With each passing night, their resolve grew stronger, as did their determination to free Gabriel from the sorcerer's grasp. They ventured deep into the heart of the forest, guided by whispers of ancient magic and forbidden knowledge. And so, the stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the very foundations of their world, a battle between light and darkness, between redemption and damnation. But whether Gabriel would find salvation or succumb to the beast within remained to be seen, for the night held many secrets, and not all were meant to be revealed. As the moon reached its zenith, bathing the forest in an eerie silver light, Elena and her companions stumbled upon a hidden grove, its ancient trees whispering secrets long forgotten. In the center of the clearing stood a weathered stone altar, its surface adorned with strange symbols and sigils. With a sense of foreboding hanging heavy in the air, they approached cautiously, their eyes scanning the darkness for any sign of danger. But as they drew closer, a voice echoed through the stillness, chilling them to the bone. "You dare trespass upon sacred ground," it hissed, the words dripping with malice. From the shadows emerged a figure cloaked in darkness, its eyes gleaming with a malevolent light. It was the sorcerer, the architect of Gabriel's torment, his presence casting a pall over the grove. Elena's heart pounded in her chest as she faced the sorcerer, her resolve steeling against his dark power. "We seek to end the curse that plagues our village," she declared, her voice unwavering despite the fear that gnawed at her insides. "Release Gabriel from your grasp, and we will leave in peace." The sorcerer's laughter echoed through the grove, a sinister sound that sent shivers down their spines. "Foolish mortals," he sneered, his gaze piercing through them like daggers. "You know not the power you seek to challenge. Gabriel is mine to command, bound by a curse that not even death can break." But Elena refused to be deterred, her eyes blazing with determination as she stepped forward, her hand outstretched towards the altar. "Then we will break the curse ourselves," she declared, her voice ringing with defiance. "I will not rest until Gabriel is free from your tyranny." With a wave of his hand, the sorcerer summoned forth a whirlwind of dark energy, its tendrils snaking through the air with deadly intent. "So be it," he spat, his voice dripping with venom. "But know this, there are forces far greater than you can imagine at work here, forces that even I cannot control." And with that ominous warning, the sorcerer vanished into the shadows, leaving Elena and her companions alone in the grove. But as they turned their attention back to the altar, a sense of unease settled over them, for they knew that their journey was far from over. For in the heart of the forest, where light and darkness waged an eternal battle for supremacy, the fate of Gabriel and the fate of their village hung in the balance, awaiting the final reckoning that would decide their destiny. As Elena and her companions stood in the silent grove, the weight of the sorcerer's words hung heavy in the air. They knew that their quest to free Gabriel from the curse would not be an easy one, for the forces they faced were ancient and formidable, beyond anything they had ever encountered. But they were undeterred, their resolve burning brighter than ever as they turned their attention to the altar before them. With trembling hands, Elena traced the intricate symbols carved into the stone, her mind racing with possibilities. "We must find a way to break the curse," she declared, her voice echoing in the stillness of the grove. "There must be some clue hidden within these symbols, some hint of the sorcerer's power." Her companions nodded in agreement, their eyes scanning the altar for any sign of hidden knowledge. But as they searched, a sense of unease settled over them, for they could feel the weight of the sorcerer's presence looming over them like a dark shadow. Suddenly, a soft rustling sound broke the silence, causing them to startle in alarm. From the shadows emerged a figure, its form obscured by darkness, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. "Do not be afraid," the figure whispered, its voice like a gentle breeze caressing their ears. "I have been watching over you, guiding your steps in this dark hour." Elena and her companions exchanged wary glances, uncertain of whether to trust this mysterious newcomer. But there was something in the figure's demeanor, a sense of ancient wisdom and compassion that spoke to their hearts. "Who are you?" Elena asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The figure stepped forward, its features slowly becoming clearer in the dim light of the grove. It was a woman, her face lined with age yet radiating with a serene strength that seemed to defy time itself. "I am Lyra, guardian of the forest," the woman replied, her voice tinged with a hint of sadness. "I have seen the darkness that plagues your village, and I have heard your pleas for salvation." Elena's heart skipped a beat at the mention of her village, her mind racing with questions. "Can you help us?" she asked, her voice trembling with hope. Lyra nodded solemnly, her eyes reflecting the flickering light of the moon above. "There is a way to break the curse," she said, her voice filled with certainty, "but it will require great courage and sacrifice." As Elena and her companions listened intently, Lyra revealed a plan that would take them to the heart of the forest, to a place where the boundary between the mortal world and the realm of magic was thin and fragile. "But beware," Lyra warned, her voice grave. "The sorcerer will not let you succeed without a fight. He will unleash all manner of dark creatures to stop you." Elena's jaw tightened with determination, her gaze steadied as she met Lyra's eyes. "We will not falter," she vowed, her voice resonating with conviction. "We will do whatever it takes to free Gabriel from his curse and bring peace to our village." And with those words hanging in the air like a solemn oath, Elena and her companions prepared to embark on the most perilous journey of their lives, knowing that their destiny awaited them amidst the shadows of the forest. As Elena and her companions ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, their path shrouded in darkness, they could feel the weight of their mission pressing down upon them like a heavy cloak. The air was thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the distant howls of unseen creatures and the whispering of the wind through the trees. Guided by Lyra's words, they pressed on, their footsteps echoing in the stillness as they navigated through the twisted paths of the ancient woods. Each step brought them closer to their goal, yet also deeper into the clutches of the unknown. As they journeyed onward, they encountered strange and wondrous sights: a glimmering pool of moonlit water that seemed to hold the secrets of the cosmos, a grove of ancient trees whose branches reached towards the heavens in silent supplication, and a labyrinth of thorns and brambles that seemed to shift and twist with a life of their own. But amidst the beauty and wonder of the forest, there lurked danger at every turn. They encountered creatures of darkness, shadowy figures that slunk through the underbrush with malevolent intent, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Yet Elena and her companions pressed on, their determination unwavering despite the perils that surrounded them, for they knew that the fate of their village and of Gabriel rested in their hands, and they would not falter in the face of adversity. As they neared their destination, the air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding, as if the very fabric of reality itself was strained to its breaking point. Strange whispers echoed through the trees, their words incomprehensible yet filled with a sense of ancient power. And then, at last, they reached the heart of the forest, a clearing bathed in the silvery light of the full moon, where the boundary between the mortal world and the realm of magic was thin and fragile. But as they stepped into the clearing, they were met with a sight that filled them with dread. Standing before them was the sorcerer, his eyes blazing with dark fire, his form twisted and contorted with the power of his dark magic. "You have come far, mortals," he sneered, his voice dripping with malice. "But you shall go no further. This forest belongs to me, and I will not allow you to disrupt my plans." Elena's heart pounded in her chest as she faced the sorcerer, her resolve steeling against his dark power. "I will not be swayed by your threats," she declared, her voice ringing with defiance. "We will free Gabriel from your curse, no matter the cost." But as she spoke, a sense of dread washed over her, for she knew that the final battle had begun, and the fate of their village hung in the balance. The sorcerer's laughter cut through the stillness of the clearing like a blade, his eyes glinting with cruel amusement. "You are but insects buzzing around a flame," he spat, his voice echoing with a sinister resonance. "Do you truly believe you can challenge the might of my magic?" Elena and her companions exchanged determined glances, their resolve unyielding despite the sorcerer's taunts. With hearts filled with courage, they stood their ground, ready to face whatever darkness awaited them. But as they prepared for battle, a sudden movement caught their attention, a figure emerging from the shadows, its form shrouded in darkness yet radiating with an aura of ancient power. It was Lyra, the guardian of the forest, her eyes ablaze with a fierce determination. "You underestimate the strength of these mortals, sorcerer," she declared, her voice ringing with authority. "They possess a power far greater than you can comprehend." The sorcerer's gaze narrowed, a flicker of uncertainty betraying his facade of confidence. "You dare to defy me, old woman," he growled, his voice tinged with anger. Lyra met his gaze unflinchingly, her presence commanding the attention of all who stood witness to the confrontation. "I stand for truth and justice," she proclaimed, her voice resonating with power, "and I will not allow you to spread your darkness any longer." With a wave of her hand, Lyra summoned forth tendrils of green energy, weaving them into a barrier that encircled the clearing, sealing off the sorcerer's escape. The air crackled with magic as the two forces collided, their power sparking and fizzling in the air like lightning on a stormy night. Elena and her companions watched in awe as the battle unfolded before them, their hearts pounding with anticipation. They knew that the outcome would determine the fate of their village and the life of Gabriel, trapped in the grip of the sorcerer's curse. But as the clash of magic intensified, a sudden realization dawned upon them, a realization that would change everything they thought they knew about the curse that plagued their land. For in the heat of battle, amidst the swirling chaos of magic and darkness, they glimpsed a flicker of something unexpected, a glimmer of humanity in the sorcerer's eyes, a hint of regret etched upon his twisted features. Could it be possible, they wondered, that there was more to the sorcerer's story than met the eye? Was he truly the villain they had believed him to be, or was there a deeper truth hidden beneath the surface of his dark power? As the battle raged on, Elena and her companions knew that they had to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. For only then could they hope to break the curse that had plagued their village for so long, and bring peace to their troubled land. But little did they know that the greatest revelation was yet to come, and that the true nature of the curse would shake the very foundations of their world. With each clash of magic and each surge of power, the forest groaned and trembled as if it couldn't bear the weight of the confrontation. Elena and her companions watched in awe and trepidation, their hope flickering like a candle in the wind. But just as the battle reached its crescendo, something unexpected happened. A voice, soft yet resonant, cut through the chaos like a ray of light piercing the darkness. "Stop!" It was Gabriel, the cursed werewolf, his eyes gleaming with a newfound clarity as he stepped forward from the shadows. His presence was a revelation, a beacon of hope amidst the swirling tempest of magic and despair. "I have seen enough bloodshed," he declared, his voice strong and unwavering. "The cycle of darkness ends here." The sorcerer's gaze softened at the sight of Gabriel, a flicker of recognition crossing his features. "Gabriel," he whispered, his voice tinged with remorse. "I never meant for this to happen. I was consumed by my own ambition, blinded by my thirst for power." Gabriel approached the sorcerer, his movements cautious yet determined. "You have caused much suffering," he said, his voice filled with compassion, "but I believe there is still goodness within you. Together, We can break the curse that binds us and bring peace to this land." The sorcerer bowed his head, his heart heavy with regret. "I have spent so long chasing power that I forgot what truly matters," he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. "Forgive me, Gabriel, for the pain I have caused." With a solemn nod, Gabriel reached out his hand, offering forgiveness and redemption to the sorcerer. And as their hands touched, a surge of energy coursed through the clearing, dispelling the darkness and bathing the forest in a warm, golden light. As the last traces of magic faded away, the curse that had plagued the land for so long was broken, its hold on Gabriel and the sorcerer shattered like glass. And in its place stood a newfound sense of peace and hope, as the villagers emerged from their homes to witness the dawn of a new era. Elena and her companions watched in wonder as Gabriel and the sorcerer embraced, their past grievances forgotten in the face of a brighter future. For in that moment, they realized that true strength lay not in the power of magic, but in the bonds of friendship and forgiveness. And as the sun rose high in the sky, casting its golden rays upon the forest, the villagers celebrated their newfound freedom, knowing that the darkness had been vanquished and that their village would thrive once more. And so, with hearts full of joy and gratitude, they looked to the future with hope, knowing that no matter what trials may come, they would face them together, united in their newfound peace and prosperity.